Good afternoon. It is Thursday, September 2nd, 2021, and today we're looking at it was a range day. Here, I'll check out the overnight highs and lows. Overnight highs were somewhere around here. So when prices made a nice couple of legs up in the open, it looked like we had a nice strong uptrend going, but that quickly broke and just formed congestion. And then we never hit the overnight lows, which are right here, but we stayed within the overnight highs, or those highs and the overnight lows. So really just turned out to be a range day. And there were a few opportunities in here that I really liked, but not too many great entries. So we'll take a look. So I do think we're forming this. We made this nice leg up, and that does look like one leg to me. That does look like one leg up to me. So you can expect a second leg. So let's actually see. I didn't draw this. Maybe you start here and put that here, and look at that. That's a perfect measured move to the tick. That's amazing. So yeah, that looked like one leg up to me. And here when we get a second entry long, even though that's not off the EMA, I think you have to take that. I think you have to take that second entry long because there's room to the highs. But then you get a first failed second entry short, and that's actually off the short-term trend line. So if you miss that opportunity, I think you can go long there too. It is far from the EMA, but the thing is, the EMA, it felt like, I don't know, this was like a 6-hour downward congestion, or not 6 hour, like 5-hour downward congestion. So I don't know if that, no, I guess that wouldn't throw the EMA off. But this just felt like a failure, and it felt like a very strong uptrend, especially after that second entry. So I like that entry. I took that. It is aggressive though. Make this high, and we are in a good trend. So here, I wanted to enter here. We didn't get a good signal bar. I think you can enter this on a limit order because the trend is up. We have very strong movement, upward movement. So when you get this second entry, even though this didn't close, maybe wait for the next bar to close. And we had a very bullish bar here. So on a different chart, this is going to show up as a second entry. And that's why I think you can enter on this. You just have to put your stop beneath this one. Signal bar's no good. So we hit that measured move in the top of the channel, and we start correcting. So I don't see, yeah, it looks like a lot of people got trapped going long here, but this is a strong correction. So that's why you shouldn't go long here. We didn't have a break and a move to a new low. If you just wait for a break and a move to a new low, when does that come? Break comes here. This is an attempt at a new low. You get a first entry, failed second entry short. I like that. And especially after we have, yeah, we get this break, and this looks like one leg up. So we never make this measured move. But this right here looks like one leg up. And I'll talk about this later because I entered here going long, but I backed out. But this is a good entry. So you get that. Let's delete that. So yeah, I do believe that is a great failed second entry, short entry. Gets a little congestive up here. You get a first entry, second entry. So I think what could have kept you out of this was prices are going back and forth. on both sides of the EMA. What else? We didn't really make a significant new high here. What else? We had a break of this channel and a move to a new high. So that's something to keep you out of this. I got trap going long here. This doji, all these dojis, that's actually, you could actually look at this as like some congestion here. All these dojis and stuff. So I think that at the end of the day, I do think that that is what happened here. And yeah, unfortunately, I got trapped there. Yeah, this is just, yeah, this is pretty sideways. Yeah, unfortunately. But I think you can go long here. It's, even though it's a third entry, the reason I like it is because we had a bounce here, and yeah, it looks, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's like the bottom of congestion. It's also an engulfing bar. But yeah. Come up to these highs again, and they hold prices again, and we get this nice leg of correction. First entry. Yeah, and this, I like this. This looks like a failed second entry long here. And we still haven't made it to the bottom of this range, and I really it felt like prices were trying to get down there. So I treated this as a failed second entry long. First entry, tried to go higher again. I think the correct place to go short is beneath this bar. I actually went beneath this bar. But yeah. And then if you want to be super aggressive, the true second entry is right here, but that's too close to the lows. But the trend line hadn't broken by then, so that's why I still marked it. And then here we just make a double bottom at the lows with a nice bullish signal bar. So again, these are all aggressive moves. And then we make this super super steep leg down, and you can see that we made a measured leg and then it got congestive. So unfortunately you can't enter anything in here, but then you get a first entry, failed second entry long. It's kind of far from the EMA is the problem. But if you draw your trend line off those first two swings, it bounces right off it. And look at that signal bar, or I mean, I would go on the engulfing bar right here, but look at how this bar closes. And here, this is just way too far from the EMA. And we bounce here. Doesn't look like an area of much significance, but we bounce here. Maybe it's like two legs here. Bounce here, and this is, why did I mark this? This is actually a failed second entry long. So if you start here, first entry, failed second entry long. So that's why I marked that. It's aggressive, but yeah, it's a failed second entry long, and you know a bunch of longs are definitely getting trapped here because it's above the EMA, so they're just buying, and they think they're catching a bottom. And then you get a lower high, but it's also second entry short right here. But you know, we're not within a trend anymore, so it is aggressive. I took that entry, and there's still trapped longs here. So and we make this nice leg up, no way to enter that. And I was looking at this area as congestion, and this might actually be blue. You might be able to mark this blue. Mack might mark this blue. I just wasn't feeling confident in taking that, but it is a second entry short. And is it a failure too? No, it's just a second entry short here. But I looked at it as a failed breakout of a congestion, but it's just not too clear on whether this is a range. So I wasn't feeling confident enough to take that. I wish I was, because that's a good move. But yeah, that is a failed breakout with a lower high. So that's what I saw for today. You might want to take this too. I don't know, on a lower high if it forms a good signal bar. But let's take a look at the trades I took. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So again, this is an aggressive move, this failure. But when this looked like one leg up to me. It didn't look like this here. This does look like two legs up from yesterday. This looks like one leg up. So we're expecting another leg. All these dojis make me think that it's a strong trend. So we get this failure. So I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, you didn't get a runner. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed that I doubted myself here, because here's what happened. It's a great setup for a failed second entry short. I just thought, because lately I've been taking failed second entry shorts in areas like this where the bigger trend line has broken and prices are kind of going back and forth. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna get out of break even. And I was kind of thinking about this move yesterday where I got trapped. But the difference here is, look, I'm going right into the highs of the swing here. I entered long on this signal bar on a first failed second entry short is what I was thinking. I'm going long into this signal bar. One. What else? I think that's really it. There just isn't space to the highs. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was other stuff too, but we had this nice leg up here. Whereas there, we had a nice, actually this is like two legs up. Yeah. This looks like we got our two legs up. Yeah. So that's why I don't like that one, and I do like this. And then here, I think this was purely emotional. You know, this is congestive. These are pretty much overlapping with each other. We made a new high here, and we are making new higher lows. But this is our second leg up, and this is just congestive. So unfortunately, I got trapped going long here. First entry, second entry. Another thing, maybe, I don't know. We'll see if Mack says anything about it. But this might be like viewed as like a double top right here. And so first entry, this works out well, and this entry ends up getting you something. Here, I like this. I'm fine with this. There's a clear trend down, okay? Like, that's another thing here. We know that this was a leg up. I even had that. So I even had my trend line drawn, and look, we don't make it to the top of the trend line. This is a close outside of it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think that's a big deal. Like, we didn't make it to the top of this trend line. And this isn't a runaway trend. In a runaway trend, I think you can go long there. But that's not what this is. So, be patient. This is an aggressive move, but I think this is a great read. First entry. Prices were trying to go high here. They failed. And, yeah, when you get this signal bar, I like that. It's a failure. True failure comes right here, but we're close to the lows. With this strong move down, I had a feeling we would test these lows, and that's exactly what happened. So I like that entry. This is another aggressive one, but this was a very strong move down. This smaller leg was very strong. The whole entire move down, though, was very strong. And so we get this. I didn't feel comfortable taking this failure right here with it being inside of this short-term channel. But when we get a break and a new high, that's a second entry short. I like it. It's aggressive, but I like it. And then here, I wish I answered there, but I didn't. And yeah, this if we continued to watch, that's a lower high too, back into congestion. So I did like that. But anyway, that's those are the trades I took today, and I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.